So I've been seeing this person's face going around in a few thumbnails, and I really want to know what happened. Like, there's some kind of controversy with this guy. So yeah, we're gonna watch a video on Little Boom. I don't know what he did, but it seems like he's totally canceled. It's called Little Boom, the Walmart incident.
No, what's going on with you
Yeah.
today? Hope you're doing good today, my friend.
I'm kind of
Hope you're staying
nervous.
blessed out there. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. I appreciate you for that. Today, I want to have a little conversation about a story that's kind of been going a little viral. A lot of y'all might have already heard about this one, but it involves a rapper by the name of Lil Boom. Lil Boom, for anyone who's not familiar with the name, is
I don't know who he
rapper
is.
from Tallahassee, Florida, who started getting a lot of attention on the internet a few years back for a couple songs that ended up going viral on the internet. Ever since then, he's kind of been known as a meme/internet rapper who's been recognized in certain spaces of the internet. Aside from that, he's also heavily recognized from his affiliation with DJ Academics. Recently, a story came to the surface involving rapper Lil Boom. So, let's talk about that. On September 19, 2021, the police responded to a call from a Walmart located at 2600 Southwest 19th Avenue Road in Ocala, Florida. The call in question was in reference to a battery. More specifically, there was a man inside that Walmart who was seen taking photos and touching minors very inappropriately. That man was rapper Lil Boom. This was all caught on surveillance footage.
Oh gosh, that's disgusting. Ugh. Guys, trigger warning.
Look how close he is to her. Like, he probably did. Look at that.
He is on camera.
There we go. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, like, pause it. No, yeah.
I don't know what happened.
Whenever I write my report. He approaches over. What is that? The potato? Yeah. Okay, whatever. Approach the.
I wonder who reported it.
He reaches and grabs the other one. She jumps away. Okay, you can play it. Play.
I'm really glad they caught it. Sorry, my mic was muted.
It's my handwriting, I can read it. He lingers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, there he is.
Then grabs. Yeah.
The police eventually ended up arriving to that Walmart in Ocala, Florida. And upon arrival,
What does eventually mean?
A man who stated that his daughters were inappropriately touched. The police then made contact with his daughters, one of them 10 years old and the other one 17 years old, who stated that as they were in the produce section with the rest of their family nearby, a man in his 20s ended up approaching them and touched one of their butts with a grabbing motion. The man then continued to the other minor and ended up touching her as well and continued to walk away. The police then made contact with a witness who stated that as he was shopping in the produce section, he witnessed a young male touching a young female in her buttocks. This young female
How is he so confident
the suspect
to do
was
this?
Described as a tall black male between 20 and 30 years old with an afro-style hair, wearing a long-sleeve blue shirt, red pajama pants, and a surgical mask.
Officers made contact with the victim's father, who advised that both of his daughters were inappropriately touched. After further investigation, they observed him exiting the parking lot in a red sedan. The victim was able to recognize the suspects from Twitter and Instagram as a known rapper.
How horrible to go through that and then see him on social media and just...
So you know you are going to be placed under arrest. Okay, so I'm not going to put the handcuffs in the back, so I'll just put them in the front. So just put your hands together like you're praying. Perfect. Hey. Sure. Yeah,
Who's
I actually need that phone.
It's the blue one.
Oh, it's family member or friend or something?
Is that too tight? Is that too tight?
It's the one with the rabbit on it. That's my phone.
Alright.
Yeah, that one.
So wait, this says 2020.
That one.
Okay, 2021. So he was arrested pretty quickly then.
No, don't worry about it. I'll call you.
Yeah. Yeah,
Let's
I have to take
see.
the phone. So come over here and go ahead and take a seat in my car. You don't have anything on you, do you? Okay, I'm gonna search you real quick.
Trying to see the date. September 19th. Okay. So they got him a few days
You don't
later.
have anything on you, do you? Okay, I'm gonna search you real quick. Just put your hands up here. Perfect.
The police then made contact with Walmart's loss prevention team, who allowed the officers to view the surveillance footage. They then observed a red sedan with black rims entering the parking lot and parking. A black man fitting the exact description exited the vehicle and then entered the general merchandise entrance. That person was rapper Lil Boom. Lil Boom was observed walking around the produce section on the surveillance footage. At this time, the two minors are standing at the
This
produce
is
display,
terrifying.
selecting items.
Okay. Oh no. Okay, she jumped away. Man.
The two young girls then end up walking towards their mother, who's in the grocery store with them as well. Lil Boom
Okay.
sees this and tries to get closer to them. As they're crossing paths, he walks towards one of the young females and proceeds to touch her butt.
Why are you following her back to their family? Like, really? She was already suspicious of him. With her family. Look, what?
In another encounter inside the
I don't. Okay, what does this get him? What did that get him?
Walmart, around the same time, Lil Boom is seen following
I mean-
an unknown female wearing a brown shirt and brown pants.
How is he so confident? I keep asking questions because it's just so bizarre and horrible. Like, everyone knows there's cameras everywhere now. How is he this confident? And what does this get him anyways? Like, really? He's, you know what? He's lucky all of these people are kind of, they're not super aggressive.
He's then seen in the surveillance footage touching the female in the buttocks area, but she does not react. After a couple seconds, the woman then walks around a few steps, and Lil Boom decides to touch her again. And this is when the young woman turns around and stares at Lil Boom. The police
He
was
must not
able
live
to
in
identify
Texas.
this victim.
I'm just
Later
like,
on in the footage, Lil Boom is seen continuing throughout the grocery area and eventually walks to the cosmetic department at approximately 4:53.
How long
In
is
this
he? He's
area,
just
there's a
here?
Hispanic female, possibly younger, wearing a white shirt, jeans, brown sandals, and has long, dark brown hair. The young female is standing, looking at something on display, and Lil Boom decides to walk behind her and intentionally brushes up against her, very close from behind.
Hot take, he should have been attacked for this. Just like, it's hard for me to not say super aggressive stuff. Like, literally break his nose.
Lil Boom is then seen hovering around the area and walks back to her several times without the female noticing. As the young woman
But it's
bends
hard
down-
because it's like, you're in a store with a lot of people. You probably think someone just like brushed by you, right? It's like, you might not
look at
notice.
something on the shelf.
But look
Lil
at him
Boom decides to
sticking
pull out his cell
around.
phone and decides to take a bunch of photos from underneath the female as she's bent over.
There's people around too. I mean, I'm glad at least everyone could see. At least he's on camera and you can't really deny this. There's no way. Look.
This continues on for quite some time as Lil Boom
Someone started coming down the aisle and he kept going.
is very persistently taking photos of this young woman. Lil Boom then continues and decides to hover around the area and take several snapshots of the young female's buttocks. As this behavior from Lil Boom is continuously exhibited, a good Samaritan spots this behavior and comes into the
Yeah,
attention.
she was
An
already
older
walking
Hispanic female
down.
wearing a
Probably
gray
saw
shirt,
him
knee-length jean skirt, and black sandals, decides to approach the younger female and moves the cart to behind the female, preventing Lil Boom from taking more photos of her. Even after being caught in the act, that still did not demoralize Lil Boom from continuing with his strange activities, as he still continues and decides to hover around the female.
Good for that
and tries to take
woman.
even more
She
photos.
noticed and
The
did
young female
something.
finally walks away from the cosmetic department, and so does Lil Boom himself. Lil Boom was facing 2 counts of battery in his case, and in the end decided to plead no contest. He was found guilty in his case and couldn't be around minors for a period of time. He was also on probation for a period of
A
time.
period of time. What does
So-
that even mean? Like, what, like 6 months? Is that going to change anything? What's that going to do? This is a dude who's confident enough to follow people back to their families and keep doing this creepy stuff when people are around and watching
Quite a
him.
story, isn't it? Now, the aftermath of this entire story was kind of interesting because, you know, I was following this entire thing as it was
Gross.
developing. And Lil Boom, when this story came to the surface, was saying a lot of things that just didn't really make any sense. He was saying that he went
What,
to this
that he didn't
Walmart
do
to
it?
buy some fish. And in the footage, he's not seen buying anything at all. He also said that he was never in the cosmetics department, which he clearly was, judging from that footage of the girl.
Yeah,
who was
it's
bent over. And I also found out that the reason why this entire thing even
It said
came to the
cosmetics.
surface is because Lil Boom allegedly doxed a woman and her children. And so that woman, I'm not sure who she is, but she decided to get payback by highlighting this particular story involving Lil Boom and Walmart. Now, as for the footage, though, like, it's pretty self-explanatory what's going on here.
Yeah,
Lil
he
Boom
can't
is
deny
being
it.
An absolute creep. And I don't know really what
It's
prompted him
obvious.
to do this. But then again, why do people do bad things in the first place? Well, because they got it inside their bones. The craziest part of this
Yeah,
footage to me is
I think so.
specifically the cosmetic department one. Because here
This isn't a thing where you stay away from kids for a period of time and it'll stop. Like, why? He was so confident in this grocery store where we know there are cameras everywhere. What else is he doing when no one can see?
you see
like,
Lil Boom
it must be
clearly
so much
taking
worse.
pictures of this young woman's
Gross.
butt. And it's not something that he does one time. First of all, he does it in a very calculated fashion. I mean, he waits for her to turn around, he bends down, and then he points the camera at her butt, snaps a couple photos, and then before that, he like rubs up against her intentionally on purpose. But it's even crazier how, you know, this woman
Now that I know everything he's done, like, I look at him and he looks so gross. He just doesn't look
the
very
Good
put together.
Samaritan,
to
she
me.
spots this going down and she tries to stop him by putting the cart between him
Yeah.
and the woman. And Lil Boom still continues to try to take photos.
Which is
clearly
scary.
The man didn't go there to buy fish. He went in there to do something else. This to me
Do you think that's some kind of creepy joke he said, going to buy fish? Like, he could have just said that as a
is
creep thing.
God damn, bro, you're trying to take photos of a woman, a young girl who's bent over in public with cameras.
And
with
he's already
people around.
touched
This
her.
footage just tells
He
you
should have gotten
everything
his
you need to know, man.
face
And then
knocked
we
in for
have,
that.
You know, the other footage in the produce section where he's like following these
Obviously.
2 young girls around.
Obviously, not everybody's gonna do that or even think that, but I do. Like, he's touching this underage girl. Like, it's, yeah, knock his
and then
face in.
ends up
It's fine.
smacking one
At
of the
that
girl's
moment.
butts as he's walking by. And then the girl in brown, who initially doesn't notice Lil Boom, but as he circles back around and yet again touches her, she looks at him, and then
Yeah.
that's when he starts to walk away. I just
I'm
think
pretty
it's
sure we
crazy
don't need to
how
say
he's
this
so
is alleged,
comfortable doing this in
right?
public. If someone
It's
is
not alleged
comfortable
anymore.
doing
It's like,
something like this in public, I cannot even imagine what they're comfortable doing in
Yeah.
private. It's one thing if that person gets caught in the act and then they stop, even though it's equally as disgusting and
Yeah.
perverted. Here we have a situation where the person got caught by another person in the store and they still continued with what they
Yeah.
were doing. For Lil
Yep.
Boom, I think he definitely needs to take a hard look at himself in the mirror. These are not the actions of a normal human being. And the fact that he was on that stream with
Well,
these
it's just
academics trying to
pedo
gaslight
behavior.
academics into thinking that all this stuff was not even remotely real, to me that highlights someone who's definitely very disconnected from their actions. And I think personally, when it comes to something like this, that's an issue. Because it'd be one
His
thing
business partner or friend, the guy that was sitting next to him in one of the photos, was watching the video. God, how horrible would that be?
Came to the surface, he ended up owning up to it. Obviously, it doesn't make his actions any better, but that would
no,
it
it doesn't.
Kind of self-awareness, or if he didn't say anything at all. But for him to be on that stream with DJ Academics, his friend, and not recognize the severity of his actions inside that Walmart in Ocala, I don't know about you, but I think that's a very, very big problem. So Lil
It's
Boom
terrifying.
definitely needs to take a hard look at himself in the mirror, because these are the actions of a very sick individual who definitely needs help. And I think it's pretty sad that these little girls in this video were the victims of something they probably themselves don't really understand. Anyway, there you have the video.
No, of course not.
This far, I would appreciate a like. That aside, what you guys think about this story? Lil Boom and the Walmart incident. I'm sure you might have a thing or two to say about this. Curious to hear what you have to say.
Of course.
In the comment section below, but most importantly of all, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.
Sweet. Oh God. So gross. One, what did that get him? Nothing. He was just trying to, like, he was just trying to be controlling or something. What else could it possibly be? Obviously, he was just walking around and then he just left. It was no big deal for him. Maybe he would have kept following. I don't know. If he's taking pictures, where are those going? Just gross. And so he got charged. I'm guessing he didn't go to jail, but this was 3 years ago. I highly doubt that's the first time or the last time he did this, because I mean, people that do that, it's not like they just do it the one time. We're just lucky it was on camera. What an creep. I don't want to say he's stupid or an idiot, because it's like, I think that he's just dangerous. Yeah, a predator. God, what a dark video. I'm gonna watch something funny next time. I will leave this in the description if you want to go watch it. Give it a like. I'm gonna sub to this creator, Blackie Speaks. It was a good video. I'm glad they brought this to light. Ugh, it's gross. But yeah, I will see you in the next one.